indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the game where you are always aiming for the lowest score. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hello, I'm Bob from West Wellow in Hampshire, and this is my wonderful daughter Jen from Oxted in Surrey.
Couple number two.
Hi, Alexander. I'm Nick. I'm from London, and this is my mum, Leslie, and she's from Exeter.
Couple number three.
Hi, Xander. I'm Stuart, and this is my wife, Andrea, and we're both from Newcastle.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Robin. This is my friend Jess, and we're both from Wigan.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. Very warm welcome to the show. Lovely to have you with us. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. Do not adjust your smartphone / flat screen / tablet device. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon to you.
And to you.
How colourful everyone looks today.
I know.
Isn't it? It's like an Agatha Christie novel. Everyone's... Don't you think?
It is.
Someone's gonna... If it was an Agatha Christie novel, it'd be one of us that would die, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I think Bob would do it as well.
Oh, for sure.
Look at that shirt.
Yeah.
Pineapples, not fooling us.
Yeah, exactly that. And it would be something to do with pineapples. Would be that... And go, oh, it was on his shirt.
All along.
Oh, Agatha Christie's clever, isn't she?
Isn't she?
One returning pair, Stuart and Andrea. Welcome back. Now, an unusual show they had last time.
Yes, they did.
In that, they got knocked out in round one, but Andrea's only given us one answer in Pointless history, and it was a pointless answer.
She's amazing.
She is amazing. I mean, you have to take quite a long, hard look at Stuart in that situation, don't you? To be fair. But, listen, welcome back. Congratulations on the pointless answer. And, look, the jackpot round's been very hard recently. We've had It was at equestrian events last time. It's difficult, so we got a nice little jackpot building up.
Absolutely, yeah. Our finalists last time, Janine and Barbara, they didn't make any inroads. So,
They did not.
another £1,000 gets added to it. So today's jackpot starts off at £8,500. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. As ever, it will be the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that will be eliminated. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category this afternoon is chemistry. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first, who's going to go second, and whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many chemical elements whose second letter is a consonant as they could.
Yeah, any chemical element as of August 2019, please, whose second letter is a consonant.
Oh, if I were on podium one right now, I'd be getting it wrong. Jen, welcome to Pointless. It's great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
During the day, I'm a stay-at-home parent to my two kids, Frankie and Eva, huge Pointless fans.
Frankie, Eva.
And by night, I work as a stenographer.
A stenographer?
A stenographer.
What, at night court?
No, at home.
At home?
Yeah, so I get sent audio from criminal courts around the country, and I sit with my headphones on and I transcribe them on my machine.
The stenography machine, I love that it usually takes a lot. Because when people type, they do it with their fingers, but stenography, you really do it with your wrist.
Yeah, you write in chords rather than by the letter, so I have certain chords for different phrases, different words.
Oh, so you really can save a lot of time. You are absolutely real time.
200 words a minute.
Brilliant. Did you ever appear in any court sketches?
Once, yes.
Did they get you?
Do you know what? It was very flattering, actually.
Very nice.
Flattering, very angular.
It so seldom is. Jen, what are you going to go for?
Well, chemistry is definitely not a strong point. I've got a word in my head, and I don't know if I've made it up, but I'm going to say it. Rhodium?
Rhodium. I'd like to think Bob was looking supportive. He looks concerned. Rhodium sounds good to me. Let's find out.
Sure.
Rhodium, is it right? How many of our people said it? If it is. It is right. And it goes down to 5. That's a fantastic answer. Great start to the round. Very well done. 5 for rhodium.
Yeah, very well played. It's a silvery white metal rhodium. When the Guinness Book of Records gave Paul McCartney a disc to celebrate him being the best-selling artist of all time, and now you know the different sort of discs you can get. I won't say their names because some of them are elements.
God, you're good.
Thank you. They gave him a rhodium disc. He got a rhodium disc for being the best-selling artist of all time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Leslie, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
I come from Exeter and I'm semi-retired. I work part-time in a little coffee shop at the moment.
Are you a dab hand with the machine?
Yeah, I do occasionally use the old barista machine, which is quite good. But I'm not very good at the old latte art, unfortunately.
Oh, what, the sort of the patterns?
Yes,
all that
yeah.
stuff?
I've tried
don't
it before, and the last one looked a little bit more like Marge Simpson, so...
What? Blue foam on top of the thing. Amazing. Leslie, what are you going to go for?
I am pretty useless at this. I think I'm going to say chlorine.
Chlorine, says Leslie. Let's see how many of our 100 people said chlorine. Again, it's right. Down it goes, not bad. 17 for chlorine.
Yeah, very well played. Everything's got a second letter H at the moment. It's very good.
Yeah.
It was discovered in a municipal swimming pool. That's where they found it.
Amazing. Thank you very much indeed. OK, now, Stuart, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, I think you had a bruising time.
I did.
Last time.
Yes.
Pointless. I think it's fair to say.
Yes.
But you are back. It's great to have you with us again. Remind us all about yourself.
I work as a cable percussion driller, and in my spare time, I like fishing, I like a game of golf, and I love a game of darts.
How is your darts?
It's
are
getting
you
better.
pretty handy?
It's getting better.
Have you got a team?
No, I just play for fun.
Just play
Just
for
when
fun.
I'm working away.
OK, very good. Now, Stuart, what are you going to go for? This is your time to redeem yourself,
It is.
Stuart.
I've had a one in my head in case this came up, and I'm going to go for scandium.
Scandium,
Yes.
says Stuart. I think you might have redeemed yourself. Let's find out how many of our 100 people said scandium. It's right. 17 is our high score, 5 is our low. You passed the high score, you passed the low. Look at that, Stuart. Very well done. 4.
Very well played, Stuart. That's more like it, isn't it? Phew.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of the transition metals.
Thank you, Richard. And now then, Robin, welcome to Pointless.
Hello.
Lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself. Here from Wigan.
Yes. Well, I currently live in Manchester, but only recently. So I'm a children's nurse in Manchester Children's Hospital, and in my spare time, I like crafts. Recently started doing some aerial silks and pole fitness.
Aerial silks. How far up have you gone with the silks?
Not too bad. I'm getting there. Just
did-
need to build the upper body strength.
Yeah, I should think
Fall
so.
out of it sometimes.
I imagine the fear probably helps you do that. You have to grip on
Yeah.
quite tightly.
White knuckles.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
But what are you going to go for, Robin?
I'm not a very good speller. That's what's worrying me.
Ah,
But I'm hoping it's right. So I'm going to go with rubidium.
rubidium. Rubidium. Ooh, let's find out. We're hoping there's an H in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is there rubidium? No, Robin! I'm so sorry.
Oh, I was hoping for a H.
Oh, I'm afraid that scores you 100 points. Sorry.
Sorry, Robin. Yeah, it's rube as in ruby rather than as in rhubarb.
Nicely done.
Thanks.
We'll all remember that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Halfway through the round, just before we come back down the line, let's just wallow in Stuart's triumph there. 4, lovely low score, and cry at Robin's high score there of 100. Jess, it all could change in the next round. You never know. We need a low score from you. Good luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, Jess, tell us all about yourself.
So I'm also from Wigan, but live in Manchester as well with Robin. I work in sales for a software company, and then I also do pole fitness with Robin as well.
You're also in the silks class, are you?
Not quite
No,
the silks, no. I'm not
no.
that brave, just the pole fitness.
OK, very nice. So, Jess, remember we're looking for the name of any chemical element whose second letter is a consonant.
Okay.
You're the high scorers at the moment, so yeah, we're going to need something very clever from you here, I think.
I'm going to say rhenium.
OK, rhenium, says Jess. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. There's no red line for you. You're the high scorers at the moment. It's right. And that goes down to 2. Very well done indeed, Jess. That's what we needed from you. Is it enough, I wonder?
Well played, Jess. Yes, starts R-H-E-N. Rhenium or rhenium is a silver white metal. Typical. Someone from Manchester goes for rhenium.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Andrea, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Andrea.
I'm a mum of 2 children, Lara and Louis, and my other 2 children, Duncan and Daisy, who are little dogs, but obviously children as well. I've had a liver and a kidney transplant. And Stuart actually donated his kidney to a stranger so I could get a stranger's kidney for me.
That's amazing.
Match.
How wonderful.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Andrea, how is your chemistry?
It's not too
your
bad.
chemistry together is fantastic.
chemistry's
That
immense.
I can see. But yours personally, how is it?
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm
You've got a little bit of leeway here. 97 or less keeps you in the game.
I'm going to say Promethium.
Promethium.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, here is your red line. Can you get below this with Promethium? Let's find out. It's right. And that goes down to 3. Very well done indeed, taking your total up to 7.
Very well played again. Yeah, Promethium is highly radioactive. It's almost non-existent naturally on Earth, Promethium. It's so interesting, isn't it, that Stuart gave up a kidney, which is an extraordinary thing to do, an extraordinary testament to your relationship. And yet on the last show, when he said rough, Andrea still was like... Just,
What can I say?
What else can you do, Stuart?
He's going to hold that over me all the time.
The journey home was unbearable.
Thank you very much indeed. Nick, welcome to Pointers. Tell us all about yourself.
So I'm a university lecturer in London.
What do you lecture in?
I teach sport rehabilitation, which is a healthcare profession where we teach students how to rehabilitate sports injuries, musculoskeletal injuries.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So what was your background before that? Were you in sport as well?
Pretty
or
much, so I've worked in like a professional sporting setting. I worked at university where I ran their sports injury clinic, looking after all different types of athletes. So I think the first athlete that walked into that clinic did modern pentathlon. I'd never heard of that before. The next person did pole vault, so I had to learn to work with all different types of
Have you ever
sports.
had anyone who's fallen off some silks?
Not until today, however, maybe moving forwards, we don't know.
Nick, you are on 17. Any chemical element whose second letter is a consonant. If you can score 84 or less, you are through to the next round. What are you going to go for?
I'm going to have a little bit of a gamble. I think chemistry's really, it should be a good area for me, but it's actually not. So I'm going to go for something that I believe is a relatively new element, and that's organesson.
OK, organesson or oganesson as bit, but organesson. Let's see. Here is your red line. How far down the column do we get with oganesson? Oganesson is right. Now, once upon a time, oganesson was a pointless answer. Is it still? Yes, it is! Very well done indeed. Being a pointless answer, of course, it adds £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to 8,750, scores you nothing, leaves your total at 17. Very well done indeed, Nick.
Very well played, Nick. A lovely change in expression on your mum's face from when you said, I'm going to go for a risk, to when it was a pointless answer. Named after Yuri Oganessian, the Russian scientist.
Ah, there we are. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now then, Bob, tell us all about yourself.
I work in the IT industry as an expert in the area of engagement management, which is all about customer service systems between a business and their customers.
Very important indeed, because if you have a choice at the moment, currently, between ringing up to get some help or having an online web chat every time.
Exactly.
Web chat every time, partly because you get a response quite quickly, and they seem to be very efficient.
Yes.
Anyway, there we are. Bob, what do you like doing for fun?
I'm a big film buff fan, which can be very embarrassing if there's film questions come up. So I go to the cinema regularly and I write a blog online of all my film reviews as Bob the Movie Man. So that's what I do.
Very good. Oh, that's exciting.
Yes.
I really hope a film round comes up.
I really don't.
Listen, you're on 5, which means 96 or less gets you into the next round. What are you going to go for?
I've got a Tom Lehrer song going through my brain. I think I'm going to go with yttrium.
Yttrium. There's your red line, Bob. Let us see what happens when we say yttrium. It is right. And that goes down to 3. Very well done indeed, taking your total up to 8.
Very well played, Bob. Yeah, it's another transition metal. Now, shall we take a look at some pointless answers? We've already had one, which is oganesson. There's only 2 others, and they are astatine and protactinium.
Ah, good.
So very well done if you said either of those. I'll give you some low scorers. 1 point for flerovium, iridium, praesidinium, thulium, and americium. They would have scored you 1 point. Should we take a look at the top 3 answers?
Ooh, let's.
We don't always do this. Shall we do it? These are the ones that most of our 100 people mentioned. Iron would have scored you 40, hydrogen 42, and oxygen would have scored you 51.
As it should be.
Listen, it's
As
important.
it should be. It is.
Isn't it? You know, listen, we'd miss it if we didn't have it, is all I'm saying.
We would.
I think we take it for granted sometimes.
Sometimes we do.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our first round, which means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. Oh, I don't like this at all. Jess and Robin, I've got to say goodbye to you. It's been lovely having you here. Brief, but lovely. You'll be back next time, though, and we'll look forward to that. But meantime, thanks so much, Jess and Robin. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. There we are, down to 3 pairs. Welcome to round 2. Well, you all did pretty well there. Actually, Nick, well done you, lowest individual scorer. Stuart and Andrea, fantastic, lowest combined scores. But you're only a point below Jen and Bob. So there we are, as I say, all doing brilliantly. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 today is crime fiction. Can you all decide in your pairs who wants to go first, who wants to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns creators of fictional detectives. Richard.
Yeah, on each board, we're going to show you the names of 6 fictional detectives and the initials of the author who created those detectives. We just need you to tell us the authors, please. There's going to be 12 to have a go at home. Good luck.
Yeah, good job we didn't talk about crime fiction earlier, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Let's reveal our first board of fictional detectives. Here they come. We're looking for the creators of these. Jane Marple, AC. Lord Peter Wimsey, DLS. Philip Marlowe, RC. Adam Dalgleish, PDJ. Endeavour Morse, CD. And Reginald Wexford, RR. I'll read those again for you. Jane Marple, AC. Lord Peter Wimsey, DLS. Philip Marlowe, RC. Adam Dalgleish, PDJ. Endeavour Morse, CD. And Reginald Wexford, RR. There we go. Bob, I think that's quite a nice board. How do you find it?
I know a few of those. I'm going to go for the second one, Lord Peter Wimsey, as Dorothy L. Sayers.
Very good. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Dorothy L. Sayers. That's a great answer. Very well done indeed. 7 for Dorothy L. Sayers.
Well played, Bob. Yeah, introduced in 1923 in the book Whose Body. The L stands for Lee, so she's almost Dorothy Leo Sayers, but not quite.
Thank you very much indeed. Leslie.
Go for the 4th one. I think it's P.D. James.
P.D. James for Adam Dalgleish. Let's see how many of our 100 people spotted P.D. James. P.D. James is right. 36 for P.D. James.
Some wonderful writers on this board. Yeah, 1962 in Cover Her Face, Adam Dalgleish was introduced, named after her old English teacher, Miss Dalgleish.
That's nice.
That is nice, isn't it?
Very nice. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Andrea, this is your board. Do you want to fill in all our blanks?
No. I should know Endeavour Morse because we had a dog named after him, but I don't. So I'm going to have to go Jane Marple, Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie. OK, well, let's see how many of our 100 people said Agatha Christie. It's right. 65. Could be a lot worse. 65 for Agatha Christie.
Yeah, famously played, amongst other people, by Joan Hickson. And she had a letter once from Agatha Christie many years before, having seen her in a theatre production, saying, I hope one day you'll play Miss Marple. That's
she
nice,
was
isn't it?
Wonderful, Joan Hickson.
Yeah, amazing
really
as Miss Marple, incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Philip Marlowe?
Is Raymond Chandler.
Raymond Chandler. 10 points for that. Morse?
Colin Dexter.
Colin Dexter. Would have scored 23. And Reginald Wexford?
Ruth Rendell.
Ruth Rendell. Very well played. That would have scored you 12. So the best answer on the board there, Bob, was Dorothy L. Sayers. Well played.
Very good. Thank you very much. Well, we're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, 6 more fictional detectives going up on the board. Who created these? Father Brown, GKC. Jules Maigret, GS. Albert Campion, MA. Sherlock Holmes, ACD. John Rebus, IR. And Precious Ramotswe, AMS. And here are those clues again. Father Brown, GKC. Jules Maigret, GS. Albert Campion, MA. Sherlock Holmes, ACD. John Rebus, IR. And Precious Ramotswe, AMS. There we are. Now then, Stuart. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that this is not my category at all. There's only one on the board that I know, and I'm going to have to go for it. Sherlock Holmes and Arthur Conan Doyle.
Arthur Conan Doyle, says Stuart. OK, no red line viewers, you're the high scorers at the moment. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Arthur Conan Doyle. He's right. Down it goes to 57. And that takes your total up to 122.
Yeah, and some of the... Study in Scarlet was the first Sherlock Holmes story, and in some of the early drafts, he's called Sherrinford Holmes. And Watson is called Ormond Sacker.
Wow.
Wow.
Dr. Sacker.
Holmes and Sacker.
I think he landed on the right names.
It's funny to change it from Ormond Sacker to John Watson. Maybe he thought that Sherlock Holmes was an unusual enough name that he balanced it out with a very straight one.
Yeah. Interesting. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And now then, Nick. You're on 36. 85 gets you through.
Xander, you could not have picked a worse board for me, I'll be completely honest. I'm looking at them now. I think possibly Rebus is Ian Rankin.
Ian Rankin for John Rebus. Shall we find out? Here's your red line. Nice and high. What happens when we say Ian Rankin? It is Ian Rankin. Very well done indeed. Now goes down to 26. Takes your total up to 62.
Yeah, and Rebus first appeared in 1987 in Knots and Crosses, and they're a wonderful series of books, the Ian Rankin Rebus books, if you've not read them. He had an interesting life before becoming a novelist. He was a great picker. He was a pig herder. He did all sorts of unusual things, Ian Rankin.
Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Jen, good news for you. You're through. Doesn't matter what you score here, but I reckon you've got some good ideas for these. Do you want to talk us through the board?
Ooh, I wish I could. I don't read much crime. It's a bit of a busman's holiday for me.
I guess it is, yeah.
I would have said Rankin. The rest of them, I actually have no idea. So I'm just going to take a complete guess and go for Albert Campion, Mark Alexander.
Mark Alexander. OK. So complete a guess. You've even made up the name of the author. There we are. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Mark Alexander. No.
Shocking.
There we are. Scores 100 points, takes your total to 107.
I didn't know any of them.
Yeah, not Mark Alexander. Do you know that one?
I don't actually.
Another wonderful novelist, Marjorie Allingham. And she would have scored you 3 points. That would have been a terrific answer. This is a harder board, I would say, but there's a few. Father Brown, you'll know.
G.K. Chesterton.
G.K. Chesterton. He would have scored you 13 points. Jules Maigret.
I've even read these.
Georges Simenon.
Georges Simenon, yeah, exactly.
Well done.
I mean, of course I was going to say that.
7 points for him. And Precious Ramotswe
is Alexander McCall Smith.
Alexander McCall Smith, and he would have scored you 2 points. So that's the best answer on the board.
So there we are, at the end of round 2. We have to say goodbye to. Oh, I'm so sorry, Stuart and Andrew. This is it. You've been brilliant. It's been lovely having you on the show. Nothing wrong with either of your answers. They were just a bit high scoring, is all. But that was a tricky second board. Anyway, thank you so much for coming to play. Stuart and Andrew, lovely to have you here. Stuart and Andrew, brilliant people. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Leslie and Nick, Jen and Bob. You're now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for today's jackpot, which currently stands at £8,750. But before we go into the head-to-head, let's see if we can't boost that jackpot a little by finding a couple of pointless answers in our little bonus booster round. Nothing to lose here, it's all just for fun. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many chili varieties as they could. Richard.
Yeah, you know the drill by now. 6 varieties of chilli on the board. 2 of them are pointless answers. 2 of them are incorrect answers, though. So try and go for something you haven't heard of, but pick a pointless answer. We'll add £250 to the jackpot. See if we can get both of them at home. It's very rare we get a double win here.
I think if it's going to happen at all,
this
gang,
for sure.
This gang? OK, so we're looking for the pointless answers in these 6. Remember, 2 red herrings in here. Oh, those sound like chili varieties. I hope they're not. Let's see, here they come. Frusciante, Naga Viper, Scotch Bonnet, Bishop's Crown, Mirasol, Scarlet Waxcap. Now then, Leslie and Nick, you can do your chatting out loud because you can pool all your resources here.
OK. I mean, there's one that stands out, which is Scotch Bonnet, so I don't think it's that one. Scarlet Waxcap sounds like a chili, and I kind of think Bishop's Crown is.
Yeah.
What do you think? You choose. Bishop's Crown?
We're going to go for Bishop's Crown.
Yeah.
OK, Bishop's Crown. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people say. Well, let's see if it's pointless, really, the point. It's right.
Yes, it's right.
Yeah.
It's right. Now. And it's pointless. Very well done indeed. Very well done indeed, Leslie and Nick. 250 quid into the jackpot kitty there. Now, Jen and Bob.
You're the expert cook.
Well, I was going to say, Scotch Bonnet is definitely a chili. I think Scarlet Waxcap sounds like it should be a chili. And Naga Viper, I mean, I'm kind of thinking Viper, something not very nice, which you might call a very, very spicy chili.
Yeah.
What would you
But it
think?
might be a boring answer.
It might be.
You see, those are a bit obvious, aren't
That's
they?
true.
I think we should go for one of the more boring-looking
About the
sounding
top
ones.
one?
How about Mirasol?
One of those. Which one do you think?
I think Mirasol.
OK.
We'll go for Mirasol.
Mirasol. Mirasol. OK, is it pointless? Let's find out. It is a correct answer. All bodes very well. And it's a pointless answer. Very well done indeed. 100% hit rate there. Fantastic. And absolutely impeccable logic.
Yeah, that's the way to play the game. Avoid those ones you've heard of. And absolutely, sometimes you think, well, why would we make up Mirasol? Very nicely done. Very well done if you got those 2 at home as well. Let's take a look at the 2 red herrings, shall we? Scarlet Waxcap is a fungus. It's just got a great name. I think that's why we put it in there, but that was incorrect. And the other incorrect answer is Frusciante. John Frusciante was the guitarist in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So that was incorrect. And the other 2 there score points. Scotch Bonnet scores quite a few. Naga Viper just scores 1. Scotch Bonnet 29. That's nice, isn't it? £500.
Really nice. Thank you very much indeed. Well done. You've managed to find 2 pointless answers, which means you've added £500 to the jackpot, which takes our total up to £9,250. But who'll be playing for it? Let's find out in the head-to-head. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Here is your first question, and it concerns engineering nicknames. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 pictures now of various buildings or structures that are known by a nickname that's different to their official name. We're going to give you alternate letters of those nicknames, but what are they, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 structures, and here they come. A, T-E-G-E-K-N. B, S-A-H-T-I-J-N-T-O. C, T-E-F-L-N-C-B-N-T. D, M-R-L-N-M-N-O-T-W-R. And E, T-E-B-T-A-B-I-D-N. There we go. Now, Leslie and Nick, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first.
Definitely.
OK.
OK.
Yep, we've decided, and
Yes.
we are not sure of many, but we are going to have a bit of a guess at C, the filing cabinet.
The filing cabinet. For C, there we are, the filing cabinet. Jen and Bob, do you fancy talking us through the rest?
Yes. You're happy for me to
Yeah,
say?
go for it.
A is the gherkin. B is spaghetti junction. E, I can't quite work it out. It's the something building. But we're going to go with D as a bit of a guess, but it seems to fit, which is Marilyn Monroe Tower.
Marilyn Monroe Tower. Of course, I was thinking it's Marilyn Manson, but why would it be Marilyn Manson? Marilyn Monroe Tower. Well, let's find out. So, Leslie and Nick, you've gone for the filing cabinet. Let's see if that is right for C. How many of our 100 people said the filing cabinet? Very well done. Jen and Bob, meanwhile, have gone for Marilyn Monroe Tower. Let's see if that is right for D. And how many people said Marilyn Monroe Tower? Oh, it's not Marilyn Monroe Tower.
Yeah, with a...
That means Leslie and Nick, after one question, you are up 1-0.
Yep, Marilyn Monroe Towers, because there's 2 of them. And that would have scored you 2 points as well. Now, shall we fill in the rest of these? A is the gherkin, of course. I wouldn't have accepted the gherkins. That would have scored you 71. Yes, St Mary Axe Tower is its real name. B is Spaghetti Junction, of course. Gravelly Hill Interchange. That would have scored 58 points. The filing cabinet, you can see why they call it the filing cabinet. That's the Manchester Civil Law Centre there. And the Marilyn Monroe Towers that are in Mississauga in Ontario. Now, we can work this out because it looks like the thing that it is. So it's the something building.
Yeah.
And when I tell you it, you'll see. Because it does look like this thing. So I tell you?
Batman building.
It's the Batman building.
Oh, for goodness sake. That's clever. It really does look like
It really does look like Batman.
Yeah.
And that is in Nashville, Tennessee. It's the AT&T building. That would have scored you 9 points.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, here comes your second question, Jen and Bob. Good luck with this. But yeah, you need to win this one to stay in the game. Our second question this afternoon is all about palindromic years. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to give you 5 clues now to events that happened in years which are palindromes. The numbers read the same backwards as forwards. Can you tell us which years these things happened in, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 events, and here they come. The USSR formally dissolved. Wyatt Earp's gunfight in Tombstone. Captain Cook's HMS Endeavour returns from Australia. The Euro becomes legal tender. And Edward VI's chief minister appointed first Duke of Northumberland. Let me read those again. The USSR formally dissolved. Wyatt Earp's gunfight in Tombstone. Captain Cook's HMS Endeavour returns from Australia. The Euro becomes legal tender. And Edward VI's chief minister appointed first Duke of Northumberland. There we are. So Jen and Bob, over to you.
What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah? OK. We're going to go for the year the USSR was formally dissolved, and we're going to say 1991.
1991 for the USSR. OK, now then, Leslie and Nick, do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
I mean, there's a lot of guesswork here, I'll be honest. So, again, we think Wyatt Earp's gunfight in Tombstone is probably 1800s, so we're going to go 1881. Captain Cook, again, maybe 1771. The Euro's got to be early noughties, 2002.
Go for Wyatt Earp.
Wyatt Earp, it's a guess, so we'll go Wyatt Earp, and we'll go 1881.
1881. OK, so we have 1991 and we have 1881. Jen and Bob went for 1991, the formal dissolution of the USSR. Let's see how many of our 100 got that.
Oh, good.
That goes down to 28. Meanwhile, Leslie and Nick have gone for Wyatt Earp's gunfight in Tombstone, 1881. Let's see if that is the right palindrome. It is 1881. And that gets you into the final. Very well done indeed. 17 is what it scores. It means after 2 questions, you're straight through to the final 2-0.
Yeah, very well done. It's a game of guess the century, isn't it, essentially, with these palindromes. So the one before Captain Cook's HMS Endeavour.
1771.
1771 is right. 13 points for that. The Euro becoming legal tender, you're quite right, was 2002. That would have scored 25. Now, the best answer on the board is this one.
It's either 15th or 16th centuries.
OK.
I'm going to say 1441.
You'll say 1441.
Yeah.
Agree, disagree?
Disagree. Later?
Yeah.
So
Later,
no idea.
1551.
So you think 1551. What do you think at home? The answer
1661.
is 1551. That would have scored 6 points. Best answer on the board.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid, Jen and Bob, it's you. But it's not bad news, because you'll be back next time. And you've been brilliant the whole way through the show, so I'm sure we'll do just as well then. But look forward to seeing you then, Jen and Bob. But for Leslie and Nick, it is now time for our Pointless Final. Congratulations, Leslie and Nick. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at a whopping £9,250. Well, I think we had a pointless answer from you in the first round.
Yeah.
We had a pointless answer as well in the bonus round. So, yeah, 500 quid of that is yours. I think, therefore, it'd be quite nice if you could take it home, wouldn't it?
Can't leave with the 500 now, if you like.
Well, what would you like to see come up in this last round?
What would you like?
Maybe a bit of film, depending on where it falls.
Yeah,
I think
maybe
Nick would be very good at his sport.
Possibly, yeah.
OK, well, as always, you have to choose your category. Here is today's selection. We have got sailing, Motown acts, Israel, directors named John.
What do you think? Motown's your era.
No, thanks.
No pressure. Director's name John?
Director's name John, I think.
Yeah.
OK, director's name John.
Yeah, we're looking for any feature film made for cinema release directed by one of the following, please, up to September 2019. We're looking for any John Ford film. We're looking for any John Hughes film. Or we are looking for any John Schlesinger film, please. According to IMDb, any film directed by one of those three Johns. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much. As always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. Just need 1 pointless answer to win the jackpot. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Right, I've heard of John Ford. I don't know who the bottom guy is. I'm sure John Hughes is the 80s films with Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, those sorts of films there.
I'm lost. I'm leaving it all up to you. I'm sorry.
16 Candles. I think he's Uncle Buck. I think it's that series of films with the Brat Pack.
Right.
Do any of them draw? Any others that you can think of? I mean, John Ford. Are they action films? I really don't know. I definitely don't know.
No.
I never even heard the bottom guy. So I'm sure John Hughes is the 80s. I'm sure that it's that set of films. So
Well,
maybe
just have to
Breakfast
go
Club,
with that, yeah.
16 Candles. There's one. It's Molly Ringwald, Ginger Hair. I swear it plays on her name of her hair.
Don't know.
Uncle Buck. I'm sure Uncle Buck's one.
Just got to go with those 3. Go with those 3.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah.
10 seconds left.
Any other from that?
I don't know any of them. I'm sorry.
First time's
Okay.
a good job.
OK, that is your time up. Let's have your 3 answers. What are you going to go for?
I might have got the complete wrong act, so we'll be completely wrong with the director, but I think John Hughes did a set of 80s type films, so I'm going to go for 16 Candles,
16 Candles,
The Breakfast Club and Uncle Buck.
The Breakfast Club, Uncle Buck. All 3 John Hughes.
I think so.
Which of those do you think's your best shot at a pointless answer?
Maybe 16 Candles.
OK, 16 Candles we'll put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club, and then Uncle Buck goes in the middle.
Yeah,
OK,
I
lovely.
think that's right.
OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We've got The Breakfast Club, Uncle Buck, 16 Candles. Well, 3 good answers there. One of these could turn out to be pointless and might win you £9,250. Now, that's a really exciting jackpot to be taking home. Leslie, what would you like to do with it?
Give it to your son.
We've just, my husband and I have just bought an extra piece of land to extend our garden. So I want to put a bit of a wild garden bit in.
That's nice. Get all your
Yeah,
pollinators
for the bees,
back. Quite
yes,
right.
yeah.
Nick, what about you?
Well, I got engaged
Oh,
3 months ago.
Congratulations.
So, of course, on TV, I'm going to say that it's going towards the wedding, but in reality, it'll probably go on the stag do. So.
OK, well, there we are. 3 answers, I say. A lot of this is hinging on whether or not you've got the right John.
Probably not.
You're thinking of a particular director, and you think it's John Hughes, who
maybe.
directed all of these. Shall we find... We'll know when the first one goes down.
Yeah.
If you've got the right one. The Breakfast Club's your first answer. All 3 answers, I say, are films directed by John Hughes. Only one of them has to be pointless for you to win that £9,250 jackpot. Let's see if the Breakfast Club is right. Let's see if it's pointless. It is right. Well done. It is John Hughes. The Breakfast Club just has to take us down to 0, and you leave here with £9,250. Down it goes to 10. Not bad. Not bad. Probably one of his better-known films as well.
Yes.
So there we go. Let's hope nobody said your next answer, which is Uncle Buck. If it's pointless, £9,250 is yours. How many people said Uncle Buck? Well, it's right. The Breakfast Club took us down to 10. Uncle Buck now takes us down through the 20s, into the teens. We're into single figures with Uncle Buck. Still going down with Uncle Buck to 3. That's fantastic. Very well done indeed. Lovely low score there. Very close to pointless, but not pointless. So we turn to your third and final answer, 16 candles. If it was 3 for Uncle Buck, do we think we can get it down to 0 with 16 candles? £9,250 is riding on this. Let's see how many of our 100 people said 16 candles. It's right, so 3 correct answers. Your first answer took us all the way down to 10. Your second answer, Uncle Buck, took us down to 3. We are now in single figures with 16 candles. Down it goes to 4. Oh, bad luck. Well, 2 single-figure answers there.
Yeah.
Actually, the other one was 10s. I mean, there were 3 very good low scores, but I'm afraid you didn't manage to find the all-important pointless answers. I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot. But don't forget, you're taking home today's trophies, so very well done for that performance, Leslie and Nick.
Yeah, and you have the consolation it was the right director, because that would have been a long couple of minutes if it hadn't been.
Yeah.
Very well played there. Yeah, 16 Candles is essentially it's an extended version of the Two Ronnies 4 Candles sketch. just that but longer. John Ford, let's start with him, shall we? The great Western directors, alongside other things. Drums Along the Mohawk. That's Oscar-nominated, as was Magambo, which stars Clark Gable, Grace Kelly and Ava Gardner. That's a classy cast, isn't it? The Plough and the Stars and They Were Expendable, the John Wayne movie. His big scorers were Stagecoach and The Searchers. Those are the biggest scorers there. John Hughes only directed 8 movies, and 2 of them pointless answers, Curly Sue and She's Having a Baby. Apart from the ones he said, of course, he did Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Planes, Trains and Automobiles, wonderful movie, all of these scored points, and Weird Science as well. Those are all John Hughes movies. Now, John Schlesinger, kind of loving as a pointless answer, Madame Suzatska, The Believers, The Falcon and the Snowman, and The Next Best Thing. Those are the pointless answers on that list. Midnight Cowboy, Marathon Man and Billy Liar were the big scorers.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, thank you, Leslie and Nick. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That'll therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £10,250. Join us then, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.